My name is Olivia Smith. I am a J.W. McConnell Visiting Scholar with the Max Bell School of Public Policy, McGill University. For the last 10 years, I've been focusing my energies on looking at the issues of migration management and that of human trafficking. My background academically, I have a PhD in political science from the University of West Indies. I've been a fellow of the University of Oxford in forced migration, as well as the O'Brien Fellow in Residence here at McGill University in the Faculty of Law. And in working in these areas have helped me to hone my skills in working in public policy and research on these important areas of migration, trafficking, and the intersection with public policy and law. I've worked internationally in the areas and I've served as a consultant in the areas for the American Bar Association Rule of Law Initiative and for the British Institute of International and Comparative Law and other agencies where I looked at trafficking and migration in the Caribbean, the English-speaking Caribbean. After that, moving to Canada, I turned my lens to looking at Canada, and out of that, I've been doing a body of work, which some I've published on labor trafficking in Canada, and the issue of the role that recruitment agencies play in the exploitation of labor in Canada. As a McConnell Visiting Scholar, I have a research project that is near and dear to my heart, and that is looking at prior learning and assessment as a way to fast track getting migrant labor into the labor market. As we know, there's a labor market crisis in Canada, but the manpower, much of it is already here. But because of the issue of credentialing being accepted by employers and other entities, it is very difficult for persons who come to Canada fully qualified to get the jobs in which they're equipped to do. By using prior learning and assessment, a certificate of competence be issued that they can go on to the labor market, because without doing this, Canada will never be able to really capitalize on the labor force that it has. And I'm particularly interested in how the whole issue intersects with the economy, because the exploitation of trafficked persons for labor is a real issue. And if students understand how it works, they can be very useful in helping to come up with real life sustainable solutions for addressing the issue in Canada, because there's a gap in this area. I'm teaching again the course Introduction to Human Trafficking, and intersect with policy and law. I think it's very important to sensitize students about the issue and to guide some of them to look at that area in public policy, because it's so much needed. I'm excited to be teaching it. Last year was a really eye-opening exercise, and students said, we didn't know that this happened. And so it was a learning experience for me and for them, and I'm excited to do it again. Additionally, I'm serving as a policy lab coach. I did that last year, and we were very successful as a team, and I look forward this year to working with a new team. I think it is important for students to get a real world feel of how public policy work, and the policy labs offer them this experience. So I'm happy to be part of this process. I would say to a person trying to work in my field is to get to know your literature, for one. Do your research. It's very important to do your research so that you understand the many dimensions of the subject area. You also need to engage with the community so that you can learn from the real stories of persons. And it's very important because migration and human trafficking are very multidisciplinary areas. To be able to collaborate and engage properly with persons from other faculties, other subject areas, and learn from them about the issue from the various perspectives. So there's the socioeconomic perspective, there's the political perspective, there's so many perspectives and dimensions to the issue of migration, for sure. and human trafficking. And so I encourage them to engage in cross fertilization, so to say. That would be my advice.